Hi everyone! For those of you that don't know me, my name is Morgan and I graduated May 2019 and I was part of JSA board for 2 years. And I'm here to talk about this week's Devar Torah. So this week's Parsha is about Moses learning the rules of kashrut. And for those of you that might not know, here are some basic rules. Fish that we eat can only have scales and fins. So sorry to those who like lobster rolls and crab cakes like I do, those aren't kosher animals. And for land animals, they have to chew their cud and have split hooves. Now, I learned what cud is, and that is a regurgitation of food, and then you also eat it a second time. That wasn't my favorite part of learning this week's Parsha, but like most others, there's not really much else to do. So that was the most exciting part of my week. So I want to break down this Parsha even further and talk about the idea of rules and how they affect our lives. And I like to think that there are people who follow the rules exactly, some people who adjust them to fit their lives, and some people who sometimes just break of you can understand when you are driving and the speed limit is more like an average. If you're not going the speed limit, you're not going fast enough. And that's okay to adjust it to your lifestyle sometimes. And there are some rules that we all know to follow directly, like stopping at stoplights, and if you're in the city, not turning right on red. Those are sometimes hard for me to remember sometimes. So I think it's really up to the person to decide how they are going to fit those rules into their life. And if they need to adjust it a little bit, then fine. But as long as everyone is staying safe and it's not really harming anyone, but that's just personally. So the idea of rules and how people react to them isn't limited to driving and keeping kosher. Just for examples, it applies directly to life as we see it today, to the period of isolation and social distancing due to COVID-19. Do we stay indoors or do we go outside and enjoy the sun, but then also not follow the rules of social distancing? Because, I'd love to go for a walk in the park today, but I feel like that's also on everyone else's mind. And can I really social distance with everyone else that's going to be in the park today? And I work in a restaurant right now, and being part of an establishment that's still open to the public, I think is sometimes really hard, but I know I'm keeping myself safe and taking very good precautions, but it gets really hard sometimes to try to understand, I know these are the rules and this is the way it should be, but you do what you got to do, and as long as you're staying safe and not harming others, I think that personally you could adjust the rules to how you seem fit, and as long as everyone's staying safe, I think it's okay. So I hope everyone is staying safe and is trying to enjoy as much sun as you can nowadays. So, Shabbat Shalom.